Good evening. We begin tonight with exclusive pictures of the moment a major police drug bust went down in Perth. The wanted man was ripped from his car on Great Eastern Highway during peak hour, accused of possessing almost 30 kilograms of methamphetamine and other drugs.
Reporter Cassidy Mosconi and camera operator Simon Heidzik had rare front row seats to yesterday's drama, the suspect taken down in front of them.
In peak hour traffic, Great Eastern Highway comes to a standstill.
They're like cutting us off. They're blocking in a car in front of us.
A white vehicle boxes in this ute, then police pounce.
Oh my God.
Officers emerge one after the other. Within seconds, they have their target. A man ripped from his ute and pinned to the ground.
Get back in your car! Get back in your car! Get back in your car! Oi!
7 News had a front row seat to the dramatic takedown yesterday afternoon. This vision taken from our cameras or the dash cam in our news car, captured while en route to another breaking news story.
Get back in your car! Get in your car! Get back in your car!
Press, mate, press!
The man in handcuffs is Andrew Saleh.
Stay out of our way, stay out of our way.
The 44-year-old from New South Wales appeared in Perth Magistrates Court today. 7 News can exclusively reveal he's an accused drug trafficker. No small amount either. Police allege he had 28 kilograms of methamphetamine, cocaine and a prescription drug known commonly as Viagra. He's also accused of selling the meth in Karrinyup yesterday and in North Perth earlier this month. They're alleging a serious amount of drugs. Can you tell us anything about the charges? Andrew Saleh is spending his second night behind bars tonight, but he will apply to get out on bail next week. The police prosecutor called him a severe flight risk and told the magistrate he's not the only one facing charges. The court heard 2 co-accused are also facing serious drug charges. Those men will spend tonight in prison too, a trio accused of a major drug bust across Perth. Cassidy Mosconi, 7 News.
Cloverdale residents are still shaken tonight after witnessing the desperate fight to save a little boy who was hit by a car. The 5-year-old couldn't be saved. His mother, who was also struck, rushed to hospital. A warning, some of the details in Brandon Demura's report are confronting.
A family starting a new life, now preparing to bury a child. Neighbours say the family of 4 were looking for a home to move into when the 5-year-old ran onto the busy road into the path of a 4-wheel drive.
We came out and there was a little boy on the road and his mother was on the road as well.
His mother, trying to save her boy, also struck.
When we found out what had happened and he's gone to jump out and run across the road and she's gone and thrown herself in front of the car, this 4-wheel drive has had to put on the brakes.
Witnesses telling 7 News the father and brother were just metres away.
And the son was crying, saying, "That's my mum and that's my brother." And it was full on.
Across the road at soccer training, coaches tried to shield the young players from the horror unfolding.
It's awful. I just let some of the kids in my team know and told them just don't go over there, it's pretty awful. And just left it at that.
The emergency erupted about 4:30 yesterday afternoon. Residents and people nearby all rushing to help. I've spoken to one resident who rushed to the scene when he heard screaming. He frantically began CPR on the young boy until paramedics arrived. He's so shaken by what's happened, he hasn't slept since. The little boy could not be saved and died before he arrived at hospital. Police say the person behind the wheel of the vehicle stopped. They weren't hurt.
He was really shaken up. I think he was just in shock.
Like many in this community tonight.
Let's go live to Brandon Demura at Royal Perth Hospital. Brandon, what's the mother's condition tonight?
Tim, thankfully the mother is in a stable condition, but now tragically faces the heartache of life without her son. She was rushed here to Royal Perth after being hit by the car and having no way of knowing what had happened to her son she desperately tried to save. She was suffering critical injuries and fought for her life through the night. This afternoon, we received the news that she had improved and was in a stable condition. But the road to recovery will be a heartbreaking one. Ange.
Brandon, thank you. The state government has finally met with concerned Lancelin business owners fighting a coastal erosion crisis. John Carey visited the owner of the local pub today, just days after it was announced he'd be taking over the portfolio. Rachel Tasker reports from Lancelin.
A meeting Lancelin locals have been longing for.
Thanks, mate.
All it took was 2 days in his new role for John Carey to meet with concerned business owners after begging the state government to visit their town being eaten away by coastal erosion.
It's my style. I like to engage directly, but also I take it very seriously.
I know you said you're taking this seriously. Does it mean the previous minister...
No.
The previous minister, Jessica Stojkovski, stripped of the portfolio in a cabinet reshuffle. The opposition says it was clearly a demotion after this interview aired on 7 News last week.
It's not on my agenda at the moment.
Right, why is that?
I went there yesterday.
But to meet with the actual business owners that this is affecting?
So we need to work with the Shire because it's the Shire's coastal hazard management plan that we are supporting with our technical advice and funding, and local stakeholders can meet with the department.
For the Premier to have acted tells you everything that you need to know. He has removed her responsibility for Lancelin and for this issue and given it to another minister. That doesn't happen very often, but it happened after last week's terrible and calamitous approach from Minister Stojkovski.
For the first time since this crisis began, pub owner Glenn feels like he's being taken seriously.
I think we'll get something, whether it's a rock wall, whether it's a Quinn's Beach approach, whether it's sheep piling. There'll definitely be something forthcoming.
Whilst today's meeting was productive, this community's fight is far from over. 2 busloads of Lancelin locals will travel to Perth next week to show the government this issue isn't going away. Right now, emergency works are ensuring the pub makes it through winter. After that, Glenn says it's up to the government.
I think we all agree on we've got to try to find solutions for the next 2 to 5 years, and in the meantime work out why there's been such a significant erosion quite radically and what is the long-term solution.
Rachel Tasker, 7 News.
WA has recorded another case of bird flu after a new positive case of the H5 virus was detected in a dead seabird at Lancelin Beach. On our south coast, a dead giant petrel found at Parry Beach in Denmark has also returned a preliminary positive result. It now brings the state's total confirmed bird flu cases to 8. So far in WA, the virus has only been found in migratory birds.
Anthony Albanese says Australia can lead the world in harnessing the AI boom for our own benefit. He's proposing a new blueprint to manage artificial intelligence in the face of rising concerns about its threat to jobs and beyond.
Seeking to redefine AI before it redefines us.
We can make AI indeed stand for Australia's interests.
Promising to erect real boundaries around artificial intelligence.
This is about building Australians' confidence and trust in AI and our nation's capacity to manage it.
Outlining plans he'll take to National Cabinet within weeks, a world-first set of national standards coordinated by a new AI office in his Prime Minister's department. For big data, big rules, safeguarding housing and communities around data centres, demanding water efficiency and that energy use be offset by funding new renewable projects, feeding into the grid more electricity than they're taking out.
So no costs are passed on to homes or businesses.
And protecting Australian artists and journalists' intellectual property, demanding AI pay a fair price for the content their tools scrape.